Today's transmission, we are going to be talking about how you can truly unlock the abundance of money. And I'm going to explain to you how focusing on money is actually blocking you from money. Now, in the last week, I've had this exact conversation with 4 or 5 different people. So to me, that signals that the universe, the people around me, my frequency, my energy, whatever it is, needs to get that information out there. So in today's podcast, today's transmission, we are going to be talking about money and how you need to shift your focus, because whatever it is, it's not working. And I'll tell you, I'll get you there. So for starters, this idea is a part of the blueprint that helped me go from my net worth being less than $10,000 to my net worth now being over $1.1 million. That was the last time I checked. Net worth being a calculation of businesses, money, savings, investments, all this different stuff. And I guess that's probably the first time, now that I'm thinking about it, the first time I publicly disclosed that. But that information is important for you to know that what I'm about to share with you is legitimate. It's knowledge that I have been focusing on over the last 22 months. So I think it's a tremendous change. Now, of course, results may vary. And actually, before we get into this, I'm going to be giving you guys a meditation very soon. I was working on the landing page just before creating this. So make sure you find a way to get me your email address. You can sign up for some of the meditations that I have below, or you can go to my link tree, whatever it is. Find a way to get me your email address, because whenever that gets released, it's going to be a powerful one. And it's going to be another element that gets you to that millionaire mark, if that's your goal. But the knowledge I'm about to give you not even is relevant if you're trying to become a millionaire. It's relevant if you're just trying to find more peace in life. Because the knowledge here around money is that one of your problems is that you are indeed focusing on money. And focusing on money becomes a problem because you are making it your highest goal. You're making it your highest achievement. Now, what people don't really know or realize about money is that money is, in fact, a demon. Now, I can't go too much into the backstory of it. One day, we might be able to disclose that publicly. But the short of it is that it is a demon. It controls you. Look at how it controls you. It makes you stressful. It makes you anxious. It makes you fearful. It makes you worried. Because if you don't have enough, where's it going to come? Right? You can never get enough money. You can never save enough money. Anytime you try to save money, some crazy accident happens that makes it have to go out of your hand. And so all of this is being caused by that demon. Now, where people get confused here is that they think, especially in the spirituality community, is that they think that they need to forsaken the money, forsaken the demon. But what I would offer, and what I have come to realize, is that you need to use it. We need to understand the evils that it can cause, but we also have to realize that you can use it to create peace on earth. You can use it to create peace within your life. But the problem is that you're focusing on it. So many people have made money the god, their North Star. And what that has done is created devastation throughout our planet. Take a look at Mother Earth. Take a look at our civilization. Take a look at the cuts that the food industry, big farm, big food, big pharma, that they have all cultivated. That's crazy. I'm sure big farm is a subsidiary of big farm. That's crazy. I've never noticed that. Not a subsidiary, sorry, but the linguistics there. That's crazy. I just realized that farm, same as farm, food, and then pharma is obviously drugs. That's weird. I'll get back to you guys on that. That's probably its own podcast. But what I'm trying to get to here is that you have been focused on money. Money has been your North Star. And so by doing so, we poison our food. We try to get people on medication, and it has created a hellish earth, 100%. There's no doubt of it, especially in America. And especially, you know this if you've gone to foreign countries and eaten their food and you've noticed how nutrient dense it is. You can have ice cream in different countries and it doesn't make you bloated. You can eat as much bread as you want in other countries and you feel great. Pasta, for instance, in Italy, it's completely different. And it's because they have not stripped the soil away of all of its nutrients. And the reason that has happened in America is because we have created our God as money, when the reality is money is just a tool. What you need to be focusing on is the mission, the real important aspect. And when you do that, I'll tell you what that is in a second, but when you do that, you shift your focus away from money and realize that it's only the tool to make the mission happen. Now, in order to understand the mission and to understand that you should shift your focus away from money, it's important to understand something else. A lot of people feel that if they don't focus on money, if they don't focus on it, then it won't come to them. Another great illusion that money has created, because people are worried about survival. They think that without money, they can't survive. And there's a validity to that, but it's also kind of humorous, because if you break it down, you technically don't need money to survive. You need water, you need food, and you need air. Those are technically the three things you need to survive. Let's zone in and reel back the most important one, which would be air. Now, why is air the most important? You can go days. Some people have actually gone years without eating food. You can go weeks, maybe a week, without drinking any water. But you cannot go more than 10 minutes, maybe 20 if you practice, without air. Think about that. What that means is that at any given second, the air around me could disappear. It could no longer want to come into my lungs. My lungs could decide to no longer turn the oxygen into, I don't really know the entire process specifically, but my lungs could essentially determine that it no longer wants to do the entire chemical process that takes we have oxygen, nitrogen, all the stuff in the air, convert it into CO2, and then use that energy, use that conversion pattern to pump blood through my veins. And you need that every single second of the day. Since I've been talking, you've probably taken at least 100 breaths. Maybe less if you're in good shape, who knows? But the point being is that you are far more reliant on air coming into your mouth than you are on money. And how often do you praise air, the energy of air, the element of air for entering your lungs? You don't focus on it. It just does it. And I know this might sound trivial. You might be sitting there like, well, this is kind of dumb. No, but this is actually like a miracle if you seriously analyze it. The fact that you're not constantly worrying about air or oxygen entering your lungs is a miracle. Because if it stopped for 5-10 minutes, you'd be dead. And so whenever we speak about God or nature, you should be praying to that. You shouldn't be focusing on money. You should be focusing on, like, please give me more air. Because at any second, God, nature, source, spirit could decide, okay, cut them off. And sometimes this happens by heart attacks. Maybe, if you go into anaphylactic shock, I believe, and your throat swells up, it cuts off the airflow. And when you're gasping for air, you would trade every single dollar you had to get one more breath, one more gasp of air. And you would. You would trade it all. And so, what you have to do is change your focus, because you were focusing on money for so long. It's time for you to shift your focus to the mission. Now, what's the mission? If you take a step back and you look at the entire world, everyone in power, at least, is trying to do one thing, and that is destroy humanity. We have endless wars. We have suffering, the likes of which I don't know if we've ever seen on this planet. We have famine. We have starvation. And it's not for a lack of resources. Abundance is the natural modality of nature. The fact is that we've been so fixated in the wrong direction, or demons run this world and evil has persisted and has created this illusion, and they try to get you to focus on money. That's all the programming. That's what the news tells you to do, is to focus on money. And look where that's gotten you. More scared, more afraid, and you're in the same rut. But here's the truth. Here's the nugget that I have been teasing throughout this entire transmission. And that is you need to shift your focus off of money and onto nature. Nature gives you the food. Nature gives you the water. Nature gives you the air. If you focus your mission on saving nature, saving the children of nature, money will come. Who do you think controls money? It's not the Federal Reserve. It's not the government. It's nature. Nature determines who gets what. And my net worth increase, going from being in debt probably about 10 grand, maybe a little bit more, to being worth over $1 million, becoming a millionaire in 22 months, 21 months maybe, is that over these almost 2 years, all I've been doing is focusing on saving nature. There's techniques involved. There's knowledge. I've been giving you guys a ton of the knowledge. Absolutely. 100%. No doubt. I'm not saying that you're going to make it if you just focus on it. And maybe you will. Maybe you'll get there in half the time I do. That's the mark of a great teacher, is if they can get their students to surpass them quicker than they got there. And so I offer you this knowledge, because it's not only going to bring you money, but it will bring you peace as well. You'll be able to do great things. And Jesus even said this to his disciples when he said, "You shall go on to do greater things than I." Because the mark of a good teacher is to get their students to be able to surpass them, to be better than them, to be able to accomplish what they accomplished in a much quicker fashion. That's why I try to give out this Indigo education for free, at least as much of it as I can. I am going to be releasing a Jesus body part meditation that will be about $5. So please do sign up for that in any form that you can. I know I can collect your emails. There's a landing page. You can get the newsletter. You can get the 999 meditation challenge, which is okay. Could be better. That one could be better. I might take that down. I'll honestly probably delete that. So I guess if you want that, you can get that while it's still up, but I'll probably eventually delete that once this new meditation goes up. Excuse me. But all of this to say is that you need to focus on nature. If you never hear my voice again, all I offer is that you focus on saving nature. Nature, how can I save you? Go talk to a tree in the middle of the woods. That's where all the great enlightened people found their knowledge. Buddha was under a tree. Jesus was out in the forest. Moses, I think, was spending 40 days out in nature. Or did Moses go to a hilltop? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. All of them found divinity, found God in nature, because God is nature. Nature is the supreme of this domain. Don't believe me? What do you think happens if you go into anaphylactic shock? Who do you start calling out to save you? God. What is God supposed to provide you with? Air. So all of this to say that nature will supply you with the money when you need it. They'll supply you with the net worth when you need it. And you'll realize that it's not about the money. It's about what you can do with it. And if you're not aligned with saving nature, then you're going to be in this world of chaos. You're not going to be able to use that money properly. But hey, what do I know? I'm only someone who learned from my guru, and I'm passing that knowledge on to you guys. Of how I went from my net worth being less than 10K to my net worth being over $1 million in 22 months, which I still can't believe that's a statement. But I'm telling you, this is the knowledge. Go listen to my Indigo Education podcast. Get connected. Let's save nature. So with all that being said, I appreciate you guys. And if you don't believe me in the third dimension, you can ask me about it. But for some reason, if we don't get connected in the third dimension, then I will see all of you in the sixth dimension.